And who am I? That's not a secret I'll never tell. You know you love me. XOXO.
Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia and we are back with another pick card reading. Today we're getting into a social media update. So how are people viewing your social media, major platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and whatever. Okay, this could also be, sometimes it could also just be your social image in general. So this could involve your 10th house. Okay, it can involve your 11th house, your association of friends, your network, your career, and outward facing view. Okay, so let's get into it. We have 4 cards for you to choose from. Pile 1, you are Hustle with the City Girls. Pile 2, you are Fluidity with Janelle Monáe. Pile 3, you are Fight with with the Lady of Rage. And then pile 4, you are Passion with SZA. So let's get into it. Let me know how this resonates. Again, if you do not know me, my name is Felicia. I am a human and civil rights advocate, and I run a nonprofit in women's health. And I thank you guys so much for being here. Check out the description box down below for all of the ways to get involved and to learn more about our efforts. Thank you, and I'll see you in your selection. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Hustle with the City Girls. Okay. So people see you as a survivor. Okay. So, people are, they feel like this hustling lifestyle that you have, it's like you had no choice. It was a do or die because it was something that you needed to survive. I don't want to go so far as to say that this could have been a situation where you have literally remained alive after a situation where you could have died. This could have been, some of you guys were dealing with a health issue, okay? This could have been a health issue, an adversity, some type of crisis, or this could have been some type of safety issue. But quite literally, this could be a survivor of any kind. Recovery can happen in different forms. It doesn't necessarily mean your life had to be at risk. But for a lot of you, for some of you guys, your life may have been at risk. Okay. People are saying that you look like you're a survivor, and that you came with all this money. You start getting this money. You're like, okay, you did what you had to do to survive, right? And you are so driven. Okay. People are saying you're so driven to recover. You're so driven to make yourself a success. Okay. They're seeing you come in, they're seeing you recover, or they're seeing you, come into new streams of money. But this is beautiful. Okay, I'm hearing all eyes are on you. Okay, especially because if you are this survivor, everybody's looking at you like this recovery, or your life is like a miracle. And so that you were like, they feel like, you were not bitter about this thing. That, you had to survive. You did not leave yourself in resentment. Okay. On a lighter note, there's the light at the end of the tunnel, or they see you, after the worst is behind you. Okay. Now they're seeing that you're always getting some new hair. Your hair is always done. They see your nails is done. You're in the spotlight. You're getting new money now. And it's like this surviving and this hustling and this ambition and drive to succeed has put you well on your path to success. Some of these are men, okay? But I'm also getting some of these people are really jealous of you. Even after like knowing that you have like survived a lot. It's like even knowing you have like had to survive something, something traumatic, or something, an adversity, right? You have to overcome, an adversity. They see that like some of these people are so jealous of you, for recovering. I don't know if it's because you recovered, or if it's like they just see you doing so well now. It's hard to think about you, before, when you were in the thick of things. Now they're seeing that you're making new money, and some of these people are really jealous of like your new streams of revenue. You hustle like no other. So it's crazy that people could sit up and be jealous of you for the work that they did not do. It's wild that they sitting up angry. I'm hearing somebody's name is Anna or Anna Kia or something. Or Kiki, okay, or something like that. It's like you got the most hustle out of the whole entire bunch. And people are sitting up angry at the fact that you worked for this. Okay? It's like weird. Some of them, they see you traveling a lot. They see that you're starting to have fun, especially because your story almost didn't happen. Okay? Because some of you, your life was at risk. You could have been left a victim, or you could have been left injured. You could have been left ill. Okay? Some of you guys, you know, your hustling and your ability to survive and overcome these adversities and challenges, and the way that you are such a success now, it's literally disillusioning everybody else. Because like I said before, people have been like not doing the work, right? And they have been watching you, you know, they have been watching you recover from the most troubling of things. And the people who have not had it, haven't faced as near as much adversity as you, cannot even muster up a little dedication and hard work. They can't even muster up a little innovation, right? Some of these people have had the privilege of all their needs and wants. Some of these people have had the privilege of never having to go through certain adversities, right? They don't have to go through, you know, they don't have to do what you've done, right? So it kind of just like feels like, you know, you have disillusioned people with your success and your results, and you know how all eyes are on you now because people are looking at you and they have been comparing you to, you know, what has already been happening and going on in the market or something like that. Like all these other people on social media, they're looking at them as like they're not that great because clearly they didn't have, like, they're like, nobody has as much hustle as Power One. Okay, people are viewing your social media as something that you have been daydreaming about. They know that you have been daydreaming about this life that you're living now. They know that you manifested this life that you're living now, and that this took hustle in order for you to get to this level. It took hustle for you to recover. It took hustle for you to make it, to make your story happen. You have to stay driven. You were a survivor or something. Okay. I'm hearing now you just want to have fun. Okay, you're having fun. Okay, I'm hearing somebody with a nose ring. Okay, so how are people viewing your social media? Yeah, Cancer. Yeah, I already knew. So, you know, this person, I'm getting there's something where you have literally disillusioned you disillusion people. Okay, I'm not getting that this is not just one person. Some of you guys are very prosperous now, which means that you have the inclusion of everything that makes your heart, soul, and spirit sing with joy. Okay, so there's a lot of different, you know, people around you who are not prosperous. They don't include everything that they love. And so your hustle to be prosperous is very clear. All eyes are on you because of what you have survived. Okay, what you have survived. A lot of people know. And you hustled like no other to overcome this. Sagittarius energy. Some of you guys, you traveled a lot, okay? And people, they know that all this traveling, you know, gave you a lot of insights to understand the world. All of this traveling and all of this, you know, moving around, or just like your story, or just like what you've had to do to hustle, even if it didn't involve a lot of travel. It gave you the, you know, wisdom and insights that no one else could possibly understand. Nobody can understand what you really went through. Power One. Okay, your prosperity that they're seeing now, you in the spotlight, your new streams of revenue is a result of your deep understanding of your craft and how you make money from that, right? You have a deep understanding of the world after what you went through. And they know that you went through this process of healing, you know, your body, mind, and spirit. They know that you have been really caring for yourself in ways that you never have before. Because as a survivor, you know, at some point, right, it's nothing else that anybody can do for you this was something that you had to do on your own. Especially for those who were struggling with a health issue, okay? How are people viewing your social media, Power? How are people viewing your social media? Archangel Shamuel, okay, very interesting. I was just going to say something, especially with Cancer's energy coming out. We have the air element, so this could be a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Yeah, your hustle and your hustle and your, you know, your new streams of revenue, your prosperity that they see now actually makes a lot of people look like a failure. It's very clear. You know, this, I'm getting especially a Cancer or an air element. So that's Cancer, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You have, I'm getting that these people were putting up illusions. They were projecting a false self. And your hustle and your story of recovery and resilience and fortitude, your wisdom, the insights that you provide to help people understand, your story touches people the most. You touch people the most deeply. Understanding, you know, people on your social media, you might be expressing, you know, a lot through the air element. You might be expressing information, intellect, reasoning, your memories of things, your deep comprehension. You're helping people gain a lot of clarity and make more rational decisions with your wisdom. It's like on your social media, you help people, you know, learn from your mistakes and pain. You help people and serve as a catalyst for change and transformation with your life force. Your social media is disillusioning people with their illusory behavior. These people have now been regarded as a failure. This Cancer, this Aquarius, people see them as such a big failure because your hustle was unmatched. What you've had to change through, what you had to transform through, it showed that your life force and empowerment was supreme. Your intelligence is so heightened on your social media, and your deep comprehension of things, your reasoning skills. They just see these people as not making sense, right? Some of you guys, you're reflecting spiritual values and how they have helped you better yourself and how they have helped you have peaceful relationships. With Cancer's energy, you guys are a huge advocate for peaceful relationships. There's somebody on your social media who has been daydreaming about you, okay? This could be a romantic interest, or this could be literally somebody who you don't know, okay? But I'm also getting that a lot of your failed relationships are viewed on your social media. And the fact that you still had unconditional love of them. You don't have like any hatred towards these people, these failed relationships where you could have been the one left a victim, okay? You could have been the one holding on to resentment for harm or injury, right? Because a lot of these people, they have been, you know, unable to resolve their conflicts with others. They have not been able to release resentment. They have not been able to forgive. They've been very dysfunctional and disordered people. And they haven't been able to have peaceful relationships. And it never seems like you're the problem, okay? Especially if you were in conflict with some of these failures, especially even if these were not lovers. I'm getting that if these were people who got disillusioned because of your work ethic, your prosperity, and your drive, these people have not been harmonious with you because they have been doing something to unsettle you. They've been doing something to cause injury or harm themselves. They've been in a conflict with you, and you know, people are starting to realize that these people have just been disordered and dysfunctional, and quite literally you are everybody's preference, okay? Because of how peaceful you are. It's like you are like, some of you guys are Libras, and you guys, I'm getting that you are always trying to like have a good time. You're always like, you know, about positive vibes. You're never in conflict with anybody, or you're never stirring any bullshit. You're always a good time and a good vibe. And some of these people, they're starting to realize, you know, these people, these failures with their illusory behavior, that, you know, this conflict has actually been making everybody, you know, causing so much unnecessary tension. causing so much unnecessary conflict. The gossiping is low vibrational, and you are literally making everyone, you know, look forward towards a positive future, right? Okay, it's like you represent the highest ideal of something. So you representing the highest ideal, you representing the best, you representing the standard, it disillusions everybody. It just is going to happen that way, right? Okay, very interesting. So I definitely could feel that people have seen that you've had a femme fatale, okay? You have had a situation where your codependent relationships left you rejected and feeling like a victim. A codependent relationship that failed was very tumultuous in your life or led to a major change in your life. They feel like ultimately some of you guys actually do have very sensual and erotic relationships, and you have this big open heart, right? But they feel that all of these relationships, like you're helping people understand that they're peaceful, they're relationships that are not peaceful, but Archangel Chamuel, right, have not been unconditionally loving. These have been relationships that have been born of attachment issues around, you know, inappropriately using your sensuality, inappropriately attached to money and power. Some of these conflicts with these or some other feminines, right, people who got disillusioned, they have been in a conflict with you because of their inappropriate attachments, hating you for poor attachments to sex, money, and power, causing conflict, right? But they see that you've since, you know, released those inappropriate attachments through meditation perhaps, or just your artistry, poetry, dance, music, you know, theater, healing addictions, coming out of, you know, alcohol addictions, coming out of drug addictions, coming out of delusion, escapism, hypochondriacs. You since then come out of this, maybe even through meditation, and gained a heightened awareness. Right? You gained a heightened awareness about, you know, what a peaceful relationship is, how to have a peaceful relationship. They see that you started to do a whole lot of reasoning and, you know, using your intelligence. You've been comprehending things and learning how to make rational decisions that are not born of these poor attachments. You've been learning emotional satisfaction. You've been getting inner peace, especially relationships that fail. They see that you changed, you transformed. You solved the mystery of some of them were being duplicitous, right? You learned what was the issue, you know, but at the root of it, you know, there may have been some conflict on the outside, but what you're really learning is that a lot of these conflicts have been born of these poor attachment issues. And you've learned your own detachment, and you found your own sense of inner peace after these relationships failed you, after these conflicts hurt you, okay? Some of you, they see that you solved a mystery around someone, you know, a conflict, okay? You made a discovery and a conflict that was preventing you from having closure and peace, or causing some type of energetic disturbance. Through your spirituality and your light work, you were able to like solve a mystery, some of you guys, right? They feel like you literally harnessed your spirituality for your personal betterment, and learn how to have healthy relationships, learn how to communicate. You've activated your divine intelligence, got increased awareness, got a third eye activation, and stop acting out of this inappropriate use of your sensuality and attachment to money and power. Okay, heal some codependencies you had, relationships, or even, you know, drugs, or some type of alcohol addictions. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Sun. How are people viewing your social media? People are definitely, you know, viewing your social media as, you know, they see you having fun and celebrating now. They see you joyous. They see you having a good attachment to these things, right? So they're saying that, you know, a lot of these relationships from your past have been extremely immature, with the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And before, you were lacking clarity, but you know, there was a mystery. There was things that were illusory. But some of you guys, you have been exploring abstract thoughts and abstract concepts around peaceful relationships, around your, you know, around your failures, right? And getting that abstract understanding through maybe something, you know, something that involves poetry, dance, music, right? They feel like your exploration of these ideas are abstract. It's like you don't directly, like with the Ace of Swords, you don't directly address the conflict, right? But this is reflecting like more of like, especially if you guys are dancing or doing something sensual, it's like, or glamorously, like you're doing something like people, all eyes are on you, people see you as a star. It's like something that you're doing, they can see that you're happy and celebrating, or they're seeing your erotic energy now, right? They're seeing this appropriate attachment, right? They're seeing you have evolved beyond this immature state, gone through a metamorphosis because of some, you know, something that literally led to you feeling like a victim. Maybe even a relationship that broke down, that failed, that was so, that you felt like you needed to survive the adversity or the crisis. They're seeing your movies, your poetry, your dance, your music, your theater, your fashion. And they feel like these are all, you know, ways in which you explore your ideas in an abstract way. Some of you guys could be, you know, quite literally public speaking, teaching, or doing something like using a direct communication. But for a lot of you guys, all of this reasoning and deep comprehension it reflects in your through Neptune. It reflects in these abstract expressions. Okay, that's actually so cool. Okay, but you know, people are definitely having a good time with you. People definitely, you know, love to see it, right? It's fun, it's flirty, it's good, it's wise. Okay, but you ultimately, they're seeing that you have this deep understanding and wisdom from this conflict that you've had to survive, or this failure that you've had to survive. You could have been left a failure, you could have been left a victim, you could have been left not alive, but you hustled like no other, overcame those immaturities, and moved yourself into maturation. Learn healthy detachment, learn how to learn inner peace, and you know, didn't get caught up on those failed situations and relationships. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Janelle Monáe with Fluidity. So some of you guys quite literally love Janelle Monáe, and people are viewing you. They're viewing your social media. They're listening to. They're watching and listening to you express your throat chakra and your music taste. Maybe, you know, playing music by Janelle Monáe. But let's get into it. You guys, your throat chakra is very big. So people on your social media, they're definitely watching how you are expressing yourself, and there's something about you, and even if you're not like speaking directly, you are moving from topic to topic gracefully, and they see you evolving and transforming, and everything that you post and put together is so well put together. It's like you have been exploring topics and moving from topic to topic very gracefully and strategically. I'm seeing a lot of optimization on your social media as well. A lot of you getting the intended results from your post. So some of you guys are pink aesthetic, you are pink gang, and they see that this is like a cult following. They feel like what you have on your social media could represent like some type of like cult following. I'm not saying it's cult-like, but I'm saying that it's literally like a gang of people around you, hovering, believing in you, celebrating you, and following your movements. Some of you guys most recently could be doing something that is making you stand out. It is causing you, like, I'm getting a lot of experimentation. So maybe you are shifting away from your content strategy, or you're trying something new, and I'm saying that you're doing it very gracefully. It's like these experiments that you're running on your social media might even deal with like the exploration of abstract ideas, I'm getting a lot of complex techniques, and it's like you flow through these abstract things very gracefully, and it's like I'm hearing your higher values. It's like everything that you post is related to your higher values. Everything that you like, that's why it feels like it's so put together, because people feel like, you know, they're seeing your abstract ideas represented in everything that you touch, everything that you post. It relates back to your core values. It relates back to your higher mission. It relates to your abstract ideas that you have been. I'm getting a lot of ninth house energy around you. So this can even deal with like your higher learning, your philosophies, and your higher values in life. And they see that it's reflected in everything that you touch. So this is quite nice. So some of you guys, you know, you guys have a crown here. Like I said, you haven't loosened up your grip a bit, because there are people who are watching your social media, and these people are very triggered by your social media. Or there are people who are watching your social media and they are just like praying and hoping that you take an L, hoping that somebody is hoping that you get kicked out of your living situation. They're hoping that you you fail or fall. Okay, but it's like every time that they wish, you know, something negative on you, you're just like, you know, these energy vampires who've just like literally been obsessed with watching everything you do to see if you've loosened up your grip a bit. They are seeing that you're tightening the grip even more. I'm hearing something about you're stepping on their necks even more. And the more they try to steal from you, the more they try to take from you, it's like the difference is clear. I'm hearing that the difference is clear. The people who are naysayers or the people who don't like you, it's not because they don't recognize the difference. It's not because they don't recognize the difference in quality, the difference in social standing, the difference in your abstract, complex technique versus someone else's mundane, conventional, and rudimentary technique. I definitely feel like people are starting to recognize your brand. They're starting to see your like post from a mile away. So like say someone's like scrolling on the explore page and they can just like automatically identify if that's you or not, right? So they're like, oh, I know that that's Pal 2. Let me click on that and just like see what's Pal 2's up to. So something about you, you're really starting to test the conventions. You're really starting to test the norm. You are getting even, I'm hearing you're getting like, I'm getting you're getting in your bag even more, but I definitely feel like what you do and what you say reflects like an out of the box representation, like an approach to life. You are very abstract. Some of you guys are even painters, or you're doing something mosaic. Some of you guys are literally painters or doing some type of like doing something on a canvas, doing something on a even sculpture, doing something, I'm hearing pottery, clay work. So, you know, something about you, they're like, oh, Pal 2 just does what they want whenever they want to do it. You say what you want, you do what you want, and you don't care who likes it or not. You don't care if people like you. And sometimes people don't like you, right? It's because you are so fluid and you're so defying and abstract of these, like you're so defying of social norms and so abstract. You're testing their conventional lives. You're just testing their mundane lives. You are inviting people and encouraging people to do something innovative. You are encouraging people to have a more beautiful experiences than the convention that they're experiencing on a daily basis. So the difference between you and everyone else is very clear. That's why it might feel like sometimes you may get alienated or you may feel isolated and detached, because you are so different than everybody else. Like, not even just people in your niche or your market. This is literally a big difference between you and most people. So it could be interesting watching you, but it also can trigger a lot of people because, like I said, the difference is very clear. Okay, Pal 2, we have sexy time. So people are definitely, they most recently saw you, you know, having intimacy, or they're seeing you have a creative and passionate and pleasurable experience with somebody. And how do they feel about that? LOL. They seeing that you just like, they're seeing your sex time. They're seeing that you're like, you are like very fluid in this. Like I said, you do what you want to do. Maybe they're seeing you taste the rainbow. They're seeing you, you know, maybe you're pansexual. Maybe you trying out everybody. Maybe you bisexual. You know what I'm saying? You trying out everything. You tasted no rainbow, right? You like who you like what you like, and you don't care who's watching, and you know how they feel about it. Okay, so something about you most recently posted something about your intimacy, and people are definitely perking their ears up to that, and they're watching you. Okay, people are secretly watching you. Like I said, people are secretly watching you. There's a lot of people. Somebody's name is Shayla. But like I'm getting that, you know, some people here are secretly watching you have beautiful experience. I'm getting something about they're watching an intimate moment that you had that was very beautiful, and something where you may have showed like nude images, or you showed a sacred sexuality where you, and I'm hearing something about you talking about getting dominated by like an alpha male, or you getting dominated by this person or something like that. They're watching your this sex time that you have, but there's something about they watching you with one gender and then they watch you with another gender, and they're like, what is that person's sexuality? LOL. They feel like your expression of your sexuality and your preferences is very abstract, or they know that you're fluid in your like preferences. Okay, so people want to know, okay, aside from this beautiful intimacy that they are watching, something where they saw a really beautiful moment, okay, and now I don't think it even like you didn't express everything about it. You just posted something and it was very abstract and high level, but they just know that it was sacred, right? They know it was sacred, okay. But on a more, you know, non-sex moment, okay, these people, they know that you are like something about you. You're like a torchbearer. So you are, like I said, you are, some of you, most of you are, your abstract ideas test a convention. It tests people's mundane belief system. It tests their conformity. It tests the principles, the social principles that they have adopted that have led them to this mundane life. And it like, the reason why people don't like you, or people are triggered by you, or secretly watching you, is because they know that you reflect like a very big, your life on your social media and what you post reflects like a very big difference than what they post and what their, you know, their approach to their life. So this is why people don't want to, like, they're sitting by and just watching you do something, doing what you want, and they just are watching it, right? So interesting energy. Pow 2. We have Gemini, the communicative. Like I said, it's definitely a lot of communication. You sharing a lot of your intelligence. I'm also getting third house energy with this Gemini energy. And this could be people, you know, on your local, you know, in your local community, right? Of course, if they're following you, okay, they are, I'm hearing that they are, when I think about Gemini's energy, this person's name could be Kirion, or Ebony, or Aaliyah, or Shayla, okay? Somebody who has a bang. But it's definitely, you see how like this is like a mirror image in this portrayal of Gemini? It feels like you are illuminating a lot, okay, with your abstract ideas. You are illuminating people's shadow aspects. People, when they see your social media, the reason why they're triggered and withdrawing from you, maybe you're losing followers, or maybe you're, you know, people, you are testing them too much. You're testing their convention too much. You're testing their mundane and boring realities too much. You are the light to their shadow. This is your duality. Maybe they're seeing, you know, your duality. They're seeing your light and your shadow. They're seeing you reflect both, and how it has created the optimal reality that you desire. They're seeing the integration of your shadow aspects, especially through your sex time, and they're seeing how this has led to your, this duality has led to your materialism, into of everything that you want and desire. People are viewing you, and I'm getting somebody's name is Quincy, but this person, or whoever is viewing your social media account, they're very, especially if they seen you with another love, or they saw you having sacred sex, right? These may be former partners that you've been intimate with, and they couldn't satisfy you. They weren't an intellectual match. They weren't, you know, attractive. You were not attractive to them, or something like that. But a lot of these people, you know, they feel a little offended by your illumination of their pain and shame. They are very grim. And I feel like for a lot of these people who are watching you, this has been like a bitter end with a lot of these relationships. Somebody's name that starts with the letter N. It has been like a bitter end, okay? Because you have like, because of your fluidity and how you have just had these sacred SEX, they feel like their SEX experiences have not been beautiful. They haven't had, you know, they haven't been this ethereal siren. They haven't been highly desired. They haven't been having this kind of like beautiful, they haven't been having these beautiful experiences. So a lot of what they're seeing on your social media is you expressing and communicating about your sexuality and your beautiful experiences. Maybe not even related to, you know, your sex, but just like your beautiful experiences, you know, have, I'm hearing, empowered you, have given you, have inspired your creativity. Some of you guys are writing poetry, writing music, writing about your love, speaking about your love, communicating about, you know, the intelligence. Like I said, sacred sexuality will bring you to a higher consciousness. It will elevate you, right? Even if these relationships don't work out, they still are sacred, and they change your life and transform you in such beautiful ways. And these people are not having these experiences. Are you thinking that people, no, these people are not having these sacred experiences. Some of these people have contracted STDs and STIs. And what did I say? I know an Aries was going to show up. Yeah, Gemini or an Aries, I'm getting, right? They feel like you express so honestly about your experiences and your true desires, and show people, it reflects a lot to people, okay? It illuminates a lot what you're communicating and expressing about your beautiful experiences, or maybe not so beautiful experiences. You're expressing in a very honest way, and people are watching you, and they feel like, some of you, you're expressing about your challenges around your love life, right? You're expressing about the challenges that you've had around your fluidity, okay? Especially if you've been dealing with lovers who have been struggling with their sexuality. Some of these people will never admit that they're trapped in the closet, okay? Some of them, they're watching that they're watching on your social media how you have experienced cruelty, how you have experienced control from these partners, like through intimacy, right? They know that you have had some negative experiences, right? It's like love and pain. It's like love and war. It is like, it hurts as well. Some of these, intimate relationships have been heartbreaking as well. And, while you're reflecting like I said, with this Gemini energy, while you have been reflecting benevolence, compassion, and recognizing the eternal force within yourself, recognizing, your true strength and your power to meet the challenges in your life. You've also, like, something about your willpower, especially once you realize that these sacred moments that you share, like, I'm not going to take, not going to take away from the sacred SEX. They were sacred, but it also led to your partners or lovers doing something cruel to you, doing something despotic, using your power in the bedroom, or using their dominance to control you or do something negative, towards you, okay? So, that's what I'm seeing about, what people are seeing on your social media. Let's get a few channel messages to see if we can get anything specific, okay? Something about you, although you have these sacred, SEX, right? It's like something where your fluidity becomes a problem, or, there's a lot of, especially with Aries energy here, your lovers and your intimate partners, they have an issue with the power dynamics in your relationship. So while they may be very dominant in the bedroom, right? Some of them struggle with you as being empowered, and you being fluid outside of the bedroom, you having your own sense of duty and responsibility. So this often leads to like a control issue, a power struggle, or them doing something cruel to you when they realize that they can't control you, you know, outside of the bedroom or something like that. Okay. So, and something about you learning that these relationships were toxic, right? They were not, you know, SEX is just a passionate, intimate moment, and they don't reflect the functioning relationship. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm getting a lot of people when they're having this SEX with you, somebody, a Taurus, or someone's name is Leland. Their name might start with the letter A, excuse me, an A or an L. I'm getting an Aries, right? So we have sex, money, SEX, money, and power. And then we have the 8th house. Oh my God, more SEX. So much SEX over this pile, you guys. So these people, it's like you have been chasing a bag. So, you know, it's something where, you know, they make a lot of promises to you in the bedroom. They make a lot of, you know, they whisper a lot of sweet nothings. And it's this beautiful, intimate moment. But then you realize that those promises were empty. Or that when they realize that you're empowered, or that they can't control your life and decision making, that you have your own intelligence, and, you know, that you have your own sense of responsibility in a bag that you're chasing, right? They think that you're just like this beauty and sensual experience, but, you know, this is like not a full relationship. You know what I'm saying? They feel like through the 8th house, you definitely get the most out of the relationships, okay? Because some of these relationships can be very taxing on you, especially if I'm getting a lot of people, they know that your body is like highly desired, like through Aries energy in the 8th house, they know that you can give orgasms, okay? They know you know how to do it. Okay, they know that you're really good in bed, especially like something about you're expressing about a Scorpio or somebody who had erectile dysfunction, LOL. But they know that your body, your physical body, especially if you're a woman, that your body is meant for childbearing. It is meant to be very pleasing. You're very, like, they feel like your body is used for SEX a lot, right? They feel like your body, like people, you know, you come in and serve your partners through this intimate moment. It's like they need a hug. LOL, I'm getting that. Like a lot of these partners, they need a hug or they need a support, right? And you come in and you support them through this, like, especially if they're dealing with a health crisis or erectile dysfunction, you come in and you offer them the support that they have been lacking. Like, no, it's like your physical relationship with them. They know that nobody is ever going to match your intimacy. So, but, you know, they break those. They often, you know, I'm hearing something about people see that you have a lot of intimate relationships, but it also feels like, you know, these relationships, also bring a lot of destruction as well, okay? They also bring a lot of chaos and cruelty. It's like because you have this authority over their body and your body is so pleasurable to them, they grow resentful because of this control that you have, or this power that you have with your body, okay? So it's a complicated relationship. It's a complicated dynamic as you explore, you know, SEX, money, and power, right? Some of them, they feel like you get the most out of your relationships. You know that these people are likely to break their promises, right? It's like you often come in and support them in the crisis, right? They need SEX, they need it real bad. They're lacking intimacy, they're lacking compassion, they're lacking a feminine that knows how to move, or that doesn't, these people have not been getting orgasms or something like that. Like, something about them are very unsatisfied with their intimate partners, and they know that your natural body is like a natural selection, and your body is like optimal, and like people have a primal reaction to your body, and they really desire you for SEX. But I'm getting that this is the process, like through the 8th house, it can be like a death or it can be like a rebirth. And I'm getting that something about after, like, at intimacy, there's like this huge, like, the fire element burns to, I'm hearing the relationships be going up in flames because the passion is so erotic and intimate, right? They cannot sustain this outside of the bedroom, especially because you're fluid and you have your own money and power, is what I'm hearing, okay? So how are people viewing your social media? Yeah, a lot of lovers that disconnected, that were not aligned, and they see that you just, look forward in a positive future, especially after their strategizing and game playing and, fighting came to light. Like, you realize that a lot of these people with the 7 of Swords, these lovers who broke up, disconnected, you know, they were trying to use their power to strategize around you. They were trying to use their power to control you. And they feel like, you know, once their secrets and things got exposed, or their strategies got exposed, once they no longer control you, you know, you came out of the illusion of the intimacy and realized that they were breaking their promises, that they were unreliable, that they were intimidated or scared of the intimacy. Because when you first come into it, if you know, you know, when you first come into a sacred sexuality, then it is, or a sacred sex experience, it is very overwhelming. Okay, so it can be scary, right? So a lot of these people, they see that they break their promises, right? Some of these people, they promise to marry you, or they whisper all these sweet nothings, and they are literally nothing, right? They literally don't uphold their promises, right? And you realize that these sacred sexualities were a reflection of like shadow and light. Like while you are illuminating, like while you're reflecting the light, they're reflecting the shadow aspect. And you're learning that the disconnection happens when they no longer can control you. When the disconnection happens when you integrate the shadow aspects, when you start to, you know, when you start to discern their strategies, right? Some of them, they are just siphoning feminine energy, right? Because they are literally in a crisis and are not having good sex, not having, you know, orgasms. And you guys are also, I'm also getting this for some of these relationships, they are your financial support. And they're also like, some of you guys are sharing resources with one another. So a lot of what this is that they know that you are coming for your financial support. They know that you are coming for, like, I don't know, you're coming for the shared resources. It's like they're the ones that need the sex real bad. Like, I'm getting that you do enjoy yourself, but it often, like, after a while, right, you know, after you discern them, it is no longer, something about it no longer is pleasurable, or you realize that they're not really what you desired, or some of them quite literally just want to use you for your body, or some of them have, you know, issues with their sexuality as well, and so they never can really commit to anybody. It's not even a personal thing, but these people cannot have a healthy relationship where the power dynamics, you know, where there's an even distribution of power in their relationship, because they are so emasculated. A lot of them are very emasculated and struggling with, you know, their senses of patriarchy. They're like patriarchy and misogyny, and their normalizing of cruelty and abuse of women and feminine energy. So when they realize that you will not be controlled by this intimacy, they realize that they can't control you. You realize that these were just like strategies to control you, for, you know, to keep you trapped in this intimate moment. But these intimacies are so taxing on you. Like, they literally can empower you, or they can disempower you, because some of them, they demand the sex from you so much, and they want to have control of your body so much. But when they realize, especially some of y'all have a really nice body, and when they realize they can have control of your body, they grow angry and disgruntled, because they're so afraid, you know, their power, you know. Some of them are gay. Like, I'm just gonna say it, like somebody's named a Leo, or somebody's name that starts with the letter G. Some of these people are gay, or B, or some of these people have organ inferiority complexes, and they really struggle with their masculinity a lot. So you being this fluid person who has their own power and money, they can't handle that, because their strategy, right, they know you're coming for the financial support because it's just an addition, and there's a support extra, right? So they know that they want to take that away, or they do something cruel when they realize that you're still empowered to make your own choice. Okay, you know, it becomes something that, or they, you know, they were just doing this to try to control you. But you realize that you were, like, when they realize that you're in total control, they take a major L. Okay, I mean, they take that L, or they do something cruel and unjust towards you. Okay, so you know, I feel like I lost my train of thought, but I was gonna say something. You know, how people are viewing your social media is like, maybe you're communicating about these intimate moments and helping people learn about these experiences that you've had, where you know, these lovers took L's, okay? It's like you were getting, I feel like you ultimately, your strategy, right? You ultimately get the most out of the relationship, because you know, especially if these people are offering you financial support, or you're oh, that's where I was gonna go. You're learning that their generosity, was egoic. It's not like I said, your generosity and you supporting them through this crisis, right? Like I said, some of them needing, you know, sex, right? Or near death. Some of these people are old, right? Or have really bad health issues. You come in and support them, and you act out of love and benevolence and kindness, and help them recognize the eternal force within themselves. You are the light, and they reflect back to you the shadow, the egoic, and the, you know, the lack of generosity, when they realize that they can't control you, and that you're empowered to make your own choice. They grow very cruel and angry towards you, because your body is beautiful as well. So they, you know, this is what these people are, you know, seeing on your social media, you guys. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me know how that resonates, you guys, and I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Fight with Lady of Rage. Okay, I'm hearing Mortal Kombat. Some of you guys like to video game, or you're into like animation or something like that, and they're recognizing that. Some of you guys have, I'm hearing something about 2 puff balls on your head. But these people are literally watching you in a fight, in an argument, or in a conflict. And I'm hearing everybody is mad. Okay, there are a lot of people mad because you did not, like, I'm hearing, especially some of you guys, if you tuned into the mystery selection for Mother's Day, you might have been drawn to Pile 3, but there's a lot of people that hate to see you taking care of yourself. These are people who want to fight you, or they're blatantly in the wrong. Like, it's like clear. And these people, some people hate you for standing up for yourself. They hate you for fighting back. They hate you for calling out somebody's injustice towards you. Somebody here is saying, "Oh, if I see another reader bashing another reader, I'm unsubscribing." You're clearly not awakened, and this is clearly not a bashing. This is a factual, empirical evidence, and it is applied economics and mathematics and psychology and biology. So this is just the straight facts. Something about you guys are bringing straight facts to the table, because you are trying to protect yourself from somebody's harassment, or somebody who has been fighting you and using violence. So there are a lot of people who are angry at the fact that you called this out. This is causing a lot of tension. Some of you guys, there is disagreement with the way that you are handling this conflict. There's a lot of dissension and disagreement, but we don't give a fuck, because there's no disagreement. There is no dissension. There is no right and wrong. There is simply just the facts. So it's clear and it's obvious, and this is not something that you need to even defend. Okay, this is not something that you even need to defend, because some of these people, they just hate the fact that you have been standing up for yourself, because a lot of people hate to see you, Pal 3, you take care of yourself. They hate to see something about you, you know, they're watching you take care of your hair. Okay, somebody here is very angry that you keep getting up and moisturizing your hair, or you are, like, I'm hearing your deep conditioning treatment. Like, they hate to see, I'm hearing that the reason why these people are dissenting and disagreeing is because they're just mad. Like, it's not because you're wrong, it's because they're just jealous. Like, it's because your slick talking be making them upset and riling their feathers up. Like, it's like everybody is so mad because you're like the center of attention as well. It's like all the eyes are on you because you shed light on this conflict. You started to fight back. You started to like stand up for your individual liberties and your rights. It's like people, like some of you guys are having a very unusual experience on this social media account, because people are hating you defend your freedom and defend your rights. This is like your birthright. This is like your right as a citizen. These are like your rights. So some of these people, they're just jealous, especially because some of them, they watched you go viral, or they're watching you have a lot of like success and getting a lot, like, so the people, they're watching you get a lot of views, and they're seeing you like flow very gracefully, because you are putting an end to this conflict. Like, there's no dissension, there's no disagreement. This is just the facts, this is just the rights, this is just the law getting upheld, this is just you enforcing the punishment. So yeah, there's no right and wrong, there's no dissension, there's no disagreement. You're just a envious, jealous bandwagoner. Somebody's name is Lens or something like that. I'm hearing these people, they're secretly like scared of you, because they know that like you standing up and fighting back is like you protecting yourself. And they're like, they try to do something covert and they try to like disrespect you, they try to like harm you, and it's like you show them that you will overpower them, you show them that you will put their lights out if they keep like playing with you. It's like, this is not a game. Pile 3 is going to stand up for themselves, and Pile 3 is going to protect their freedom of speech. Pile 3 is going to protect their life and their property by any means, because that is their individual right. You're just jealous and envious because Pile 3 is taking care of themselves. Pile 3 looks good. Pile 3 is flexible. Pile 3's natural body is highly desired. Pile 3 is the center of attention because Pile 3 is the real inspiration. Pile 3 is the real innovator. People, when they're looking at your social media account, they're so angry at you for embracing your freedom and your like free enterprise. It's not our fault that you are oppressed and that you are not literally making sense. You don't have any goals, you don't have any method, you don't have any follow through. You're defensive and triggered and threatened. That's why you're mad. It's not because Pile 3 is wrong. You just defended yourself. You're having an unusual experience with these people who are angry at you for defending yourself. And this is like the most unusual experience that a person can have, is when people, when you bring them the straight facts, they will continue, like they'll grow angry, right? It's like how are you mad at somebody for standing up for themselves? Like, how are you mad at somebody because you're just jealous and envious? You want to see them harmed. You want to see Pile 3 harmed. You want to see Pile 3 taken ill. You want to see, you know, Pile 3 like suffer in some type of way. But something that you're doing and showing people how you overcame, like how you are enforcing the law, even how you are bringing justice to this conflict, how you are like, you're literally an inspiration. I don't want to say it's all hate, but all eyes are on you because you are inspiration from what you're doing. The difference is clear. You're not mad because Pile 3 is wrong. You're mad because you're jealous. That's the issue. People are very looking at your face as well. It's like they hate to see an attractive person standing up for themselves. Like, you're just supposed to take it because, oh, you're attractive, you can handle it. Like, what? This is about your beauty, right? What did I say? The visionary, Aquarius energy. Somebody is watching you in a fight with this envious, like, monster, okay? Something about this person, they have been like, you've literally had to fight them off because they are like, you know, they were just jealous of you. And some people are trying to dissent and try to disagree when it's very clear. Like I said, this is a fact, this is a science, this is a metaphysics, this is years of research and study. This is the same reason why you were attracted here, for the facts and the truth is the same facts and the truth that I'm presenting to you about this conflict. Somebody here, they see that you have been the visionary, you have been the innovation around something, and what you're doing is on behalf of humanity's sake. Like, this is God's will, this is for humanity. And this person has been attacking your humanity. They have been doing something destructive to humanity by doing something unjust, unfair, or literally harming the earth, the animals, and the planet. These people hate the fact that, you know, the reason why it's not so much as the fact that, you know, they know that this person was wrong. Right? They know that it's not because, it's not that they can't dissent. They can't disagree with the facts. It's because they don't have a free enterprise. It's because they're not a visionary. So they're looking for a reason to be angry. Some of these people, they're on your social media and they watch you flow and constantly evolve, and they can't flow and they can't evolve because they're stuck in their like conflict. I'm getting that these people, because you be slick talking a lot as well, they are very angry about this because they feel, you know, I'm hearing something about you're starting to trigger, you know, you're starting to trigger these people, even strangers, by what you're talking about, because you're drawing attention to this person's jealousy that you've been in a fight with, right? Somebody's name that starts with the letter P, Paige or Phoenix. You like calling this person out for being a jealous, envious harasser, because they have that body and they have like their mouth is shaped ugly or something like that. They're just jealous of your skin color and your face, and now they're looking at your hair all the time, how it's growing and blossoming and how it balanced your curl pattern. They're very jealous of your hair, and like people have seen that like people have been fighting you because of your beauty and your innovation. It's not because you're wrong, it's because they have literally been jealous. But you calling attention to all of the details, you laying out this argument, like something about you got the bullet points prepared. I'm hearing there are no objections in the court. Literally. Literally. You laying out all these facts is also drawing attention to where they have been jealous of you as well. So you're like, oh, this person is hating me because I have a free enterprise, or this person is hating my mouth, or this person is hating my beautiful skin, this person is hating my hair. It's because they hate your mouth. They're jealous of your mouth. They're jealous of your hair. They're jealous of your free enterprise, right? So that's why they're, you know what I mean? That's the issue. Like, they're just mad. Power 3. So, you know, and they scared of you too. Some of them, they scared because, you know, if they do anything, if they try you in the slightest of bits, you're going to put their lights out. I'm hearing something about you in this fight, in this conflict. You eat people. I'm hearing you literally eat them up and spit them out because they're the trash, they're the waste. They're going the compactor, the dumpster, recycle, that's the sustainable life. Clown. These people are so angry at you for being innovative. Like, I'm getting that, you know, you might be doing things to add to the conflict. Like, you might be doing things to make them mad. Like, it's because you're standing up for yourself. And I'm hearing that any of those shadow peoples that was attached and trying to act like they was there for a party, right? They can't hide it no more. They too defensive. They can't even see you no more. They say, I can't even see it no more. I can't even look at it no more. I'm too triggered, right? So if some of you guys are losing followers after what you post, it's because like they're literally threatened. They feel threat. They feel scared. They feel uncomfortable looking at you. And I'm getting that this is like a major sacrifice, you know, to address this conflict, right? It's like this person who, especially if you've been calling out somebody who has been posing a health and safety issue, you bringing light to this is also helping you resolve the safety issue. It's like this person can't keep doing what they're doing because if they, like I said, it's going to be my life or your life. And which one you think I'm going to choose? You are a huge inspiration from what you're doing. Don't, like, the dissension and the disagreement and the conflict is because these people are mad, scared, and jealous. But the people who actually have goals and have, you know, they're truly, you know, evolving with you, you are inspiring these people. You're showing them your sacrifice. This is not a beef. This is something that this person made up because they were jealous. Okay? So I'm hearing that this was the only way. Okay? Yeah. This person, they came for your mother. This person started to come for your mother. They were very envious of your mother. Okay? So some of you people are watching your relationship with your mother and how you expressed about your mother, how you love your mother, how you have this nurturance, patience, and unconditional love with your mother. And your mother gave birth to you because you were fearfully and wonderfully made. And this person, I'm hearing something about you, this person started to attack your mom, or this person started to like, anybody who says anything about your mom or does anything towards your mom, it's not going to be good, because this is the person who gave me birth. This isn't the person who is unconditionally loving of me. This is the only person that was there for me. They see that your relationship with your mother is healing. They see that your relationship with your mother is in rehabilitation. And you guys have had to make a lot of sacrifices for you all to heal these deep, deep mother issues and feminine and unhealed feminine energies. And whoever this was that's been jealous, this person, their mother has abandoned them. Their mother is not unconditionally loving of them. And, you know, these people, I'm hearing people who, you know, this is the tea. Okay? This is the tea. This is about your body and your mother. Okay, some of these people, their mothers are like, they say that they're disconnected from their mothers. They say that their mothers are narcissistic, and they're seeing you have a very beautiful relationship with your mother. So this is very triggering to a lot of people, because they have literally been abandoned by the person who gave them birth. So somebody here, you checked their energy or something, and you saw that they was defensive and aggressive towards your mother, and they started to like something about this person. They looked like they was planning an attack on your mother or something like that, and you stood up to this person. You stood up to them. You said, if you come from my mother, it's the end for you, okay? Because I will dedicate the rest of my life to putting your lights out, and I won't fail. Yeah, something that you had to discern was that this person, then I see the 4th house, right? They feel like this, you know, sulky, moody, and jealous. They feel like your relationship with their mother, something about you, they're very, you have to discern that a lot of these people have hated you for having this relationship with your mother, okay? This is, you know, this is a personal issue. It's not your fault that their relationship with their mother failed. Some of these people, they hated the fact that you have been getting support from your mother, or your mother has always tended to your hobbies, even if you don't come from a lot of money and stuff like that. I'm hearing that something about your mother, you know, helped you learn. They got you toys and gadgets and things to learn. Your mother was very supportive of you. Your mother always helped you get, you know, creative tools for you to LOL. Your mother always helped you get creative tools so that you can nurture your creativity and hobbies. I'm hearing something about them. If you are a mother, they're watching you. They're watching your relationship that you have with your child, and this is embittering a lot of people. Somebody's name is Chloe. These people hate that you have this beautiful relationship with your child or with your mother, and they're seeing your family on a display through the 10th house, right? They're seeing that even some of you guys haven't had a father in the home. It's like you have been working on manifesting yourselves through your business, through your fame, your artwork, or something like that. But they're showing like your family represents prestige. They're like, your mother was responsible for all that. Your mother did that. Your mother was looking like that. Your mother was doing all that. Despite your adversities, like they see there's something about you traveling, you know, with Sagittarius energy, you know, with your mother, or it represents your home and your mom and your family being free spirits, okay? Some of you, they feel like your authority and your work and all this success that you're getting in your business is related to your privilege. They think it's because you have light skin. They think it's because you've had these opportunities in life. They feel like, you know, your mother or something like that, or your family, even like through the 10th house, this could be your dad as well. They feel like you get money from your parents, and, you know, that is a privilege, because they feel like, some of them, they feel like their parents are narcissists. They feel like they're, you know, they don't have a good relationship with their parents, or they got abandoned by their parents, you know. And they feel like your mother and your family, your dad or whoever this is, that they have supported you in becoming independent, and now you're turning around and giving it all back, and now your family is the authority. Now your family, you know, your family is the authority. Your family is in business. Your family is getting recognition. It's not just you that's getting the recognition and fame. You giving it all back to your mom. You're giving it all back to your dad. You're like, these are the people who supported me in becoming independent, and they feel so abandoned by their family. They feel so like their mothers and fathers didn't support them, right? And this is something that you had to discern, that people have been secretly, you know, hating you, right? You know, because you've had a good relationship with your parents. But some of these people were just treacherous children. If they were abandoned by their mothers and fathers, it's because they could not take authority with the 10th house, right? Like, you never disrespected your mother. You know, even if you made some mistakes, right? Some of you guys have been good children, bringing home straight A's, never contributing to the tension and the fighting in the home with the siblings, never, you know, always respecting your mother even when they didn't make or your father, always respecting your parents when they didn't make the best decision. These are the people who gave you life. Your family being on display, and you sharing your family's adversities and how you overcome that and been in rehabilitation, and now your family's on the map. You're playing a big role in the community. They feel like your mother is responsible. You know, they're regarding your mama as Mama Bear. They're like, okay, Mama Bear then gave us all of this. Thank you, Mom. Okay. Some people are inspired by your family and y'all broad mind and approach to life. These people, they feel like your parents have let you be adventurous, have let you travel, you know, and they feel like this is a privilege. You having your family that supports you, even if y'all don't have much. Your family, I'm hearing something about your mother sacrifices daily for you. They feel like you and your family, you and your mother stood up to your enemies, stood up to these people who have been trying to oppress y'all, stood up to domestic abuse, stood up to domestic violence, right? You are discerning on the social media that people hate you for having a good relationship with your mother and father. They hate you for being, from whatever privileges they think that they have. Because look, with the Empress on the bottom of the deck, they are abandoned by their mother. Their mothers they're not receptive, or they're not, you know, this reflects a big mommy issue that these people have been having, and they hate the fact that you're running a business with your parents. Okay? They may have even overheard a conversation with you and your mom. Some of them, they thought that that you were separate from your family. They thought that you weren't, they thought that you were not, you didn't have support. They thought that you didn't have nobody. And you let them know, my mom and my father, or my situation is right here. Somebody's name is Elise, okay? Something about you dressing your mom up. I'm hearing something about y'all dressing up alike, or celebrating holidays together. Your mother is a part of your social image. So these people hate you for that. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, Pile 3. They're definitely seeing that you have been, these people, they're so, they feel so, I hate to say this, but they feel a lot of inner criticism and doubt. They feel like they see you rapidly expanding, and that your family has the authority, okay? Ultimately, you are a motivation and inspiring people to heal their relationships with their family, because some of these children, they will not take responsibility for their relation. It's easy to say, oh, I hate my parents. They're so abusive, and they all, authority over me and stuff like that. Or they abandoned me. They try to instill guilt into me for becoming independent. But some of you guys have been so unconditionally loving. Even if you make mistakes, even if you have conflicts, you have not left your parent. You have not left your mom. But some of these people, they feel like, their mothers are not receptive to them. They have, their mothers didn't care about them. But some of them were not even humble enough to be like, look, like sometimes, you got to be humble and say, Mom, can I get you the $5 for some gas? Because please tell me, why do parents always have money? How? Because they got all them kids and things of that nature. They need to keep that money. Some of y'all, they literally they're seeing that your mom sacrificed, for you, or they're seeing that your mom supported your ambitions, and that you guys, your family's investments are actually getting rewards. This is why they hate your mom so bad. Like, if anybody this is why they started getting defensive and angry towards your mom. And you're like, if you come from my mom, this is our mom, my mom and I have our families in an authority position. Our family, our rehabilitation and our healing and what we've done together and created together and created this business, we play a huge role in the community. So I will fight you if you try to come for the throne. Okay, they just feel like you have had a lot of privileges, even if this isn't about your mom, but they have been so disruptive, disobeying. They haven't, had a, good relationship with their parents, is because they haven't taken well to their parents' authority. Even if they feel like their parents was in the wrong, you have to learn how to have a healthy relationship. A parent-child dynamic is a beautiful relationship, but it works both ways. Okay? By definition, the only unconditional love that you can truly have is one between a mother and a child. So if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, address how you have been the issue. Okay? That's what I'm seeing, Pile 3. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Last but not least, you chose SZA with Passion. I don't know, lately, have you been seeing all the press about SZA? Okay, I love that. But let's get into it. So people are seeing that you are self-made, okay? They're seeing that even if you have had minor support from here and there, nobody has really had any innovation. They feel like you're looking up And you see how SZA is looking in this picture? You looking at them with a straight face like, this was not no handouts. There's no privilege or silver spoon anywhere, right? So some of them, especially if you are here from Power 3, they see that you work together with people, or you do collaborate with people. Like some of you guys collaborate with your mother. But they see that you are self-made, and this is because you have a superpower. They literally feel like you are magical AF, and that you have a superpower, and that they were not expecting this. You're gorgeous as well, okay? I'm hearing, damn, this bitch is beautiful. Every time they see you, they're like strucken again with your ethereal beauty. You are literally gorgeous. And I'm hearing that something about you, you've built a brand for yourself as well. So it's like, you know, they're seeing your thighs, and they're seeing your, you know, caramel skin perhaps, or your skin color, right? We have stuck. How are people viewing your social media, Pal 4? Okay, so you know, some of these people are stuck. So you know, this is why they may be withdrawing from you. They may be unsubscribing to you, because it's hard to see your self-made energies. It's hard to see your superpower. It's hard to see you build your brand, because they literally have no way forward, is what I'm hearing, okay? And they see some of you guys, you have the power to liberate them and unstick them, but they feel like you are gatekeeping, and that you're putting your financial gain and control over imparting the spiritual wisdom. And some of them, they see that you are not, you don't care about them anymore, okay? Now, something about your brand, I'm hearing you may have done something for humanity's sake, especially if you're here from Power 2. You may have done something for humanity's sake. You may have done something, you know, you were very driven to succeed, but I don't feel like this was just for humanity's sake. I feel like now that you are, you know, you're self-made, and that you've gotten this success, you're looking around and you're realizing that humanity is shit. That you're realizing that it's a hostile world, and that people are cruel and embittered, and they hate to see you successful. These people do not want to see you successful, right? And somebody's name is Glory, okay? And they feel like you're, you know, because of, like, they hate you for being gorgeous, and they have like these eyes that are very hideous or something like that, or they have like beady eyes. But I'm hearing that you are just like, they feel like you are not sharing how you made yourself. They see that you're constantly building on this brand. You're constantly building yourself up and experiencing a lot of success, and they just feel so stuck, and that you won't help them, and you don't care to help them, because you realize that they were embittered, right? You realize that they didn't want to see you succeed, right? You never did anything to them, right? We have feelings and subconscious. Okay, so, you know, with the moon energy, I'm getting some of you guys, your music is very impactful. So you have a lot of emotionally impacting music. Some of you guys make music, so your music is very intense, and it helps people. It reveals a lot of your feelings and things that have been going on subconsciously. I'm hearing you sending a lot of subliminals on this social media account, and you're passionate. You're very passionate. I see that, and you're gorgeous, LOL. So, dang, okay, powerful. I see you. Yeah, your body and who you are. So they're looking at your gorgeous face and gorgeous body and gorgeous complexion, and how you've independently built yourself. And this makes you project yourself in a certain type of way. Like, people who are self-made, people who are bosses, people who are authorities, just present themselves in a different way. You don't play around. You see how SZA look like she's not no bullshit, zero tolerance policy up in this bitch, because you made yourself, and who you are is reflected on your social media. You're like, this is who I am, this is how I did what I did, and this is what we stand for. They see that you literally have aligned with your highest timeline, and you're getting all of your desires. Your actions put you here, and they have literally been so stuck and haven't been able to take action, and this is, you know, why they're mad. But on a more positive note, I definitely feel like, you know, there is somebody here who is lusting after you, okay? I'm hearing somebody is ready to have you. There's a fire burning with this person. This person is so obsessed with your body, with the first house. This person is very obsessed with your body. This is a Pisces, or this is a Cancer, or a Taurus, or a Scorpio, somebody that you may have been intimate with before. But it could also be that you like, this could be somebody who hasn't had it already. Because it's like you're emotionally impacting music. They know that you're expressing about them, or you know this is your muse, or somebody who, you know, because you're so gorgeous, somebody has to have you. I don't know who this is in your body. This person has to have you. It's like you have this superpower to tap into people's feelings and subconscious, and you often sending them a lot of subliminals. Yeah, femme fatale. Y'all, this person cannot take your erotic energy. Whoever this is, they cannot take your erotic energy. I'm hearing something about you is, I'm hearing your body and the way that your body is looking. Oh baby, there's a lot of evil spirits around this backside. I'm hearing your back shots. Okay, your body is so feminine. I'm hearing, especially some of you guys, this is like, they feel like if you got, some of you guys got a back tattoo or something about you draw attention to your back or something like that, and I'm hearing that these people lose it. Okay, they lose it, and then you put some very intense music with it, and they just your back. I'm hearing something about your body is better than theirs. Okay, these feminists, somebody's name is Sage or Paige, or you know, some of these people, they have plastic surgery and they're looking at your backside and they're like, so that's your natural back? Yeah, we the natural selection in this be 5th house. Yeah, people want to procreate with you. They know that their body is meant for, they know that their body is meant for like, you know, procreation. They know that their body is meant for satisfaction. I'm hearing they see your body as very, everybody like, oh, this person was hating you because some of you must have concealed this body at first, and then they saw this body busting out and they like, oh, that body is, you know, a work of art. That body is for procreating children. That body is a creative act. That body is for pleasure. That body is for satisfaction, honey. Okay? Girl, that body is natural. Okay? We have unhealed masculine energy. Oh, snap. We have Scrippa. So some of you guys, they know that that body is meant, you get paid for that body. Okay? So they're saying that you have had a lot, you know, that body, you get paid for that body, and that body, you know, has a lot of pleasure attached to it. And this is actually, I'm hearing that you send a lot of subliminals about people who hate your body. I'm hearing they seeing you send a lot of subliminals to people who hate your body, okay, or jealous of your body. Especially this person who has this plastic surgery. They look like a giant ant, or they have something about they're not feminine. This person is taller than you. They might be like 6 feet or something like that. Or this person, you're like very elegant in your frame, and you don't move like this big giant, you know, big, you're not big in your back. Somebody name starts with the letter L. Their name might be Lizzie or something like that. But, you know, something about you, you're very feminine and your body is highly desired. And they see that your erotic energy is so feminine, and people, they know that there's somebody around you that is obsessed with your body, okay, because your body is like a work of art, especially if you guys have gone on a body transformation or you are presented as this Scrippa. So these like, I don't know, even if they're feminine, they have unhealed, you know, masculine energy. So some of these people, they could be at the script club with you, and they have been like overly competitive with you and materialistic and selfish, and you're like showing them that like they've been fighting and attacking you and very offended and defensive about your body existing. And they're like children. Some of these people are younger than you, and it's like they can't control themselves. They have body image issues, or their form has not matured yet. Somebody's name is, they go by Kiki, or their name is Key Viet, or Key Karen, or somebody, or Shayla, or somebody who's seeing you, like your body, they're seeing you with a lot of romance, and they're seeing your body being highly attracted to. Some of you guys, they're seeing this happen after you gone on a body transformation. They're like, that person's body is a work of art. You're literally gorgeous. They feel like you're like this ethereal siren, and nobody can really like, I don't know, something about you, because it's like nobody can really touch you, and this erotic feminine energy is so sought after. Okay, it's so sought after. So they can't stand it, to say the least. Powerful, okay, and you know, just know you're not alone, because people who have been fighting and attacking your body, I know it can feel like, oh my god, so overwhelming and so unsafe and so, you know, the reason why they're fighting and attacking you is because they know that you're highly desired. Especially if you're at the club or something like that. They're seeing you going to VIP a lot. Somebody's name is Hazel. They might have even said something to you like, oh, you're having your way around here, or oh, you snatching them all up. They might have even said this out their mouth, right? They're like, dang. And you're just like, you know, that showed you that they were aggressive. That showed you that they were like hating on you because nobody was attracting to them. They was not going to VIP. They was not making money. And they seen you coming out with a lot of money. Okay, some of y'all coming out with a lot of money. And you know the truth about these people, how you like, they're watching your erotic sensuality and femininity, and they know that, you know, these people at this script club is like, yeah, what did I say, 7 of Wands. They so defensive of you, right? They might be coming around for a good party, somebody's name is Ashley, or, you know, they always got a filter on, or they very obese and big, or shaped real badly. Somebody's name, you know, they might also be a dancer, a script or two. This person is a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or Taurus or something like that. These people are very stuck. Some of them have been, you know, at this, doing this job for a long time. I'm hearing years and years and years. Somebody has been there for 5 years. Somebody's name is Michaela or a Capricorn. These people are aggressive and attacking because they see that you have like something about you. You guys have made it out of the strip club, or you retired from being a dancer, or you went on to do something bigger and better. Somebody's name is Lyra. They feel like these relationships that you have with these masculines are not just about your erotic feminine energy. It's an open heart connection. They feel like you're actually having a lot of emotional satisfaction with them as well. They hate to see you, especially if you're at the club, they hate to see you and your customers having a good time or something like that. They hate to see it. They know that they're passionate about you. But it's like something where they might come around, right? And they try to steal your customer, or they try to do something, like try to fight and attack. And your person like, wait, hold up. I wasn't even looking at you. I ain't want it. Like something about them, they getting really rejected real bad. And they like competitive with you for these customers. And the customers are like making like a very like sure and clear decision. Okay. Somebody here, they're seeing your crystals, or they're seeing your like your motifs, or they're seeing like, you know, things that you use to create your art with. Okay. So some of you, this is not just about your body and you being a stripper, but since this came out, you know, it's a lot of cards in this channel messages deck. So because it came out, you know, I have to honor that a lot. Okay. And I know we have a lot of pole dancers here, because I know some of y'all are over from Felicia Trees. So if you're over on my lifestyle channel, I love you. Okay. But some of y'all, they hate to see your body. They hate to see your aesthetics. They hate to see your art. They're very defensive at you because of this. They know that you're highly desired. They know that you're the it girl. They know that you're the it boy. They know, they're just defensive, honey. I don't even know what else to say. Some of them are releasing these defensives, like they're still you know, aligned with this ego. Some of them. And they coming around you pretending to have, you know, a party. Some of these people who have been pretending to, you know, have a farm. I'm hearing somebody who's fat. Okay, somebody who's fat. You know, they got big arms, and it's like they always taking selfies. They never can show, you know, the rest of the body. Okay. You know, some of you, you're sending somebody. Oh my God, somebody's name sounds a letter L. Okay, this person, I'm hearing something about this person. They have a, you know, they're seeing you with a body care, or they're seeing you with a fashion line. Some of these people, they're seeing, they're very defensive at these subliminals that you're sending them, because you are sending them a lot of subs about their body image. Maybe people do see you as body shaming. They do see you as like, you know, you're not body positive, because especially like you don't really have, like, you don't believe in that or something like that. Like you don't like, you know, people who overeat or people who are fat. I'm hearing a lot of fat phobia, because like you as this beautiful, you're gorgeous, and your body looking like this, those, it's not a fat phobia. It's literally big people are aggressive. Like they literally are angry at someone else who's having a nice life and a nice experience and creating art and having, you know, these big people cannot have a good life. Like you're not having fun. You can't move. You can't breathe. You're sitting there overeating and trying to justify it by hiding behind, oh, that's a fat phobia. Oh, I'm gonna eat a whole sheet cake. Oh, I'm body positive. No, you're a systemic failure, and this is obesity. Even some people have been like, I've watched this forum on, I don't know, I think it was on Reddit, but it was all about like doctors, like people getting offended by doctors using the word obesity. Obesity is a medical terminology. It is used to describe your health condition, and you are not well. This is not a body shaming. You are quite literally obese and a systemic failure. So, and they're, especially these fat people who are watching you, you know, strippers, they get honored for their body, right? Small waist, big booty, busty, pretty. They know that these reflect the quality of your romantic affairs. No high value man want to walk around with a big back. I'm just gonna call it for what it is. It's not body shaming. We're a health organization, and we're referring to your health condition with our medical terminology. These people, it's not, you're stuck and you refuse to take responsibility for your health. These big people who are watching you, they're mad. Or these people who had plastic surgery, who was built bad, this person or this Scorpio who's been gaining more and more weight, stop doing that. You don't have no self-control. You growing all out of your form and shape like that, we're not normalizing that. They have been fighting and attacking you, these big people. It's not a body shame. It's quite literally calling a fact for the matter. How are you sitting up 3 times the size of me and getting angry at me because I have self-control? Take control of your health. Why are you defensive? This big body and outgrowing your shape is a byproduct of your poor eating habits, your inability to control yourself, and a reflection of your poor decision making. This is your unhealed masculine energy where you're not able to take action to align with your highest timeline. Divine masculine energy brings your goals and brings your goals and desires into fruition with wisdom and compassion. We don't need to fight and attack somebody. If you were taking control of your health, if you were actually taking actions, you wouldn't need to fight and attack somebody. You being big or you not having the body that you want is you being unhealed in your masculine energy. You can't take action. So being aggressive and fighting to somebody else is a projection. A lot of these people have gotten rejected really bad. Somebody's name is Athena. They get rejected because they're fat at the club. This is a place where the bodies are analyzed. This is where a place where customers come and they're looking for the body that satisfies them. Being fat is bad for business. Please don't do that one. Okay? That's not what you need to be. Okay? Somebody here, their name might start with the letter O. This person, they might be from a different culture than you as well. And they are also like defensive and attacking because they, your body is like an ideal, like some people refer, like you're gorgeous and your body, your form is gorgeous as well. Not just a pretty face, but a gorgeous form as well. Especially if you're on a pole. You might not be a dancer at the club, but this could literally just be pole dancers or, you know, you doing something exotic. And these people, they know that this body is for desire. They know that this body is meant for a man. And so some of these people, they hate to see it, right? Especially because if they don't have, like, you know, they don't have a bust, they don't have a small waist, they don't have a round, beautiful back, then put yourself in their shoes. Some of these people are just naturally not shaped like this. Even if they're, like, some of them, they may be slim, right? And they see your curvature and it's triggering to them. And you sub them about this all the time. Some of you might have even said they shape like a rectangle or shaped like a pitchfork. For others, they fat and big and they have been so defensive at you. Like, stay away from these big people. Please. They are not good. They're not. Somebody's name is Thomas or Tommy. Even men hate you sometimes because your body is a work of art. This is what I'm saying, what's going on in your social media, Pal 4. I hope that wasn't too all over the place. I'm strapped on time a little bit, but I definitely feel like we got the gist of it, right? Your body is beautiful and you are gorgeous and you are a siren. You're setting it off and your body is natural and you are looking better every time you show up. Okay, so people are very egoic and defensive around this, but put yourself in their shoes, especially these big people who are systemic failures. Stop eating the sheet cakes and find something sustainable to help you, and stay patient on your journey. If you are dealing with obesity, stay patient. This is not normal. We're not going to, like, social media has y'all, y'all keep trying to validate these weaker and less fortunate people's ego. Stop trying to stroke their ego for their inability to take control of their health. Thank you guys so much, Pal 4. They're watching you sub so hard around these people who are jealous of your body. And I think that is the gist of it around your social media. Thank you guys so much. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.